Did you know that thousands of seniors across America are getting letters from Social Security demanding they return thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands, simply because they worked a little too much without knowing the rules? It's happening right now, in 2026, and if you're collecting Social Security while still working, this could happen to you too. But don't worry, you're in the right place, because today we're going to make sure it never does. Stick with us, hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss updates like this, and drop a comment below telling us, are you currently working while collecting benefits? We'd love to hear your story. Now, let me paint you a picture, because this story might feel a little too familiar. Imagine a woman named Dorothy. She's 63 years old, sharp as a tack, retired from her job as a school librarian a couple of years ago, and decided to start collecting her Social Security benefits early because, well, she'd earned them. But Dorothy missed the quiet life more than she expected. So when a part-time position opened up at a local bookshop, just a few days a week, nothing too demanding, she jumped at it. She loved it. The people, the books, the routine. Life felt good. Then one afternoon, a letter arrived in the mail from the Social Security Administration. Dorothy had been overpaid. The SSA wanted back over $4,200 in benefits. Just like that. No warning, no heads up. Just a demand notice. Dorothy was devastated, confused, and frankly, a little angry, and rightfully so. Nobody had told her there were rules about how much she could earn. That, my friends, is exactly the overpayment trap we're talking about today. And the heartbreaking part? Dorothy's situation is not unusual at all. It happens every single year to well-meaning, hard-working Americans who simply didn't know the rules. So let's fix that right now, together. Here's the core thing you need to understand: if you are collecting Social Security benefits before you reach what's called your full retirement age, or FRA, the government has something called an earnings test. This isn't a punitive measure, exactly, but it does mean that if you earn too much money from work, Social Security will temporarily reduce your benefits. The problem arises not when the reduction happens, but when it doesn't happen on time, because sometimes the SSA keeps paying you in full while you're quietly earning above the limit, and then comes back later to collect. That's the trap. That's the clawback. So what are the actual limits in 2026? Let's walk through them, nice and slowly, because these numbers matter. If you are collecting benefits and you are still under your full retirement age for the entire year of 2026, you are allowed to earn up to $24,480 per year. That works out to roughly $2,040 per month. For every $2 you earn above that limit, $1 of your Social Security benefit will be withheld. Think of it like a sliding scale. Go a little over, lose a little. Go way over, lose a lot. Now, here's where it gets a bit more nuanced, and this is important, so lean in for a moment. If you happen to reach your full retirement age sometime during 2026, not before, not after, but during that calendar year, a more generous limit applies to you. In that case, you can earn up to $65,160 for the year, or about $5,430 a month. And here the reduction is gentler too: for every $3 you earn above that threshold, only $1 is withheld. And here's the key detail: only your earnings from the months before your birthday month count toward this calculation. After the month you hit your FRA, the earnings test no longer applies to you at all. You've crossed the finish line, so to speak. Which brings us to the golden rule that many people don't even realize exists: once you have fully reached your full retirement age, whether that's 66, 67, or wherever it falls for you, you can earn absolutely as much money as you want, from a side business, a part-time gig, consulting, anything, and Social Security will not touch a single penny of your benefit. Zero reduction. Not one dime withheld. It's one of the great underappreciated freedoms of reaching that milestone, and it's worth celebrating. Now, let's talk about how to actually protect yourself, because knowing the rules is one thing, but taking action is what truly keeps you safe from Dorothy's fate. The single most powerful tool in your arsenal is proactive communication with the Social Security Administration. There is a free online portal called My Social Security. You can find it at ssa.gov, and it allows you to manage your account, check your benefit status, and most importantly, report changes to your estimated annual income. If you get a raise, pick up extra hours, or start a new part-time job, log in and update your earnings estimate right away. The SSA uses that estimate to calibrate your monthly payments throughout the year. Keep it accurate, and you dramatically reduce the risk of an overpayment situation developing in the first place. But what if you already know, right now, that you're going to earn above the limit this year? Maybe you've already lined up some work, or you're planning to go back to a job you love. In that case, don't wait for the SSA to figure it out on its own. Call them directly and proactively request that they withhold benefits from your monthly payments to offset what you'll owe. It sounds a little counterintuitive, right? Asking them to hold your own money. But trust me, it is so much less stressful to have a smaller check each month than to receive a big overpayment letter 6 months down the road demanding thousands of dollars back all at once. There's also a special rule that many newly retired seniors don't know about, and it can be genuinely life-changing in your first year of retirement. It's sometimes called the first-year rule, or the monthly earnings test. Here's how it works. If 2026 is your very first year of retirement, you are allowed to receive a full Social Security check for any individual month in which your earnings fall below $2,040, regardless of how much you earned earlier in the year before you retired. So let's say you worked full-time from January through June and earned $50,000 before retiring in July. Under the annual earnings test, that might seem like a problem. But under the first-year rule, every month from July onward where you stay under $2,040 in earnings, you get your full check. It's a wonderful grace period that helps ease you into retirement without financial penalty. And now for what might be the most reassuring thing in this entire video, and we've been building up to this: the money withheld from your benefits is not gone forever. Not even close. The Social Security Administration keeps track of every single month that your benefits were reduced or withheld because of the earnings test. Then, when you reach your full retirement age, they recalculate your monthly benefit amount upward to credit you for all those months you went without. It's a permanent increase to your monthly check for the rest of your life. The system is actually designed to give that money back to you, just slowly, over time, rather than in one lump sum. So while it can sting in the short term, especially if you get an overpayment notice you weren't expecting, the long game does work in your favor. The real danger is not the earnings test itself, it's being blindsided. It's receiving benefits at full rate for months while quietly crossing the income threshold, and then having the SSA come knocking. That's what happened to Dorothy. That's what we want to make sure never happens to you. The good news is that now you have the full picture. You know the limits. You know the tools available to you. You know how to call the SSA before a problem becomes a crisis. And you know that withheld money isn't lost, it comes back to you, with interest in the form of a higher lifetime benefit. And there's one more thing worth saying before we wrap up the body of today's conversation. You deserve to enjoy working if you love it. You deserve to earn extra income, stay active, stay connected, and feel productive, without fear and without confusion. Social Security was designed to support you, not trap you. And the more you understand how it works, the more confidently you can navigate it on your own terms, exactly the way you've navigated everything else in your remarkable life. So as we head into the closing thoughts of today's video, hold on tight, because we're going to leave you with a few final, practical reminders that will make all of this feel completely manageable. You've got this, and we'll get through it together.